My fellow Singaporeans, I've said before that the world is changing in ways that will disadvantage small open economies like Singapore. Some had previously questioned this assessment, but the recent Liberation Day announcement by the US leaves no room for doubt. It marks a seismic change in the global order. The era of rules-based globalization and free trade is over. We are entering a new phase, one that is more arbitrary, protectionist, and dangerous. For decades, the US was the bedrock for the free market economies of the world. It championed free trade and led efforts to build a multilateral trading system, anchored by clear rules and norms where countries could achieve win-win benefits through trade.
Singapore's Prime Minister just sounded the alarm, and he's not holding back. In a rare blunt address, he warns that Trump's reciprocal tariff crusade isn't just bad policy. It's a potential spark for global conflict. This isn't your typical diplomacy. This is a full-blown takedown of what the U.S. is doing to the global economy. The PM lays it out. The era of rules-based globalization is over. America, once the champion of free trade, is now blowing up the very system it built and replacing it with arbitrary, protectionist power plays. And guess who gets burned first? Countries like Singapore, small, open economies that followed the rules, only to get slapped with a 10% tariff by a country that used to be their ally. This isn't reform, it's betrayal. Let's get into it.
This WTO system brought unprecedented stability and prosperity to the world and to the US itself. To be clear, the system is not perfect. Singapore and many others have long called for reform, to update the rules and to make the system better. But what the US is doing now is not reform. It is abandoning the entire system it had created. Its new approach of reciprocal tariffs, country by country, is a complete rejection of the WTO framework. The US has placed Singapore in the lowest base tier with a tariff of 10%. So the direct impact on us may be limited for now, but there are wider and more profound consequences. If other countries adopt the same approach as the US, abandoning the WTO and trading only on their own preferred terms, country by country, it will spell trouble for all nations, especially small ones like Singapore. We risk being squeezed out, marginalized, and left behind. We can also expect a strong global response to America's tariffs. Singapore has decided not to impose retaliatory tariffs, but other countries may not exercise the same restraint. The likelihood of a full-blown global trade war is growing. The impact of the higher tariffs, plus the uncertainty of what other countries may do next, will weigh heavily on the global economy. International trade and investments will suffer, and global growth will slow. Singapore will take a bigger hit than others because of our heavy reliance on trade. The last time the world experienced something like this was in the 1930s. Trade wars escalated into armed conflict and eventually the Second World War. No one can say how the current situation will unfold in the coming months or years. But we must be clear-eyed about the dangers that are building up in the world.
That's the punch to the gut. Singapore, a country that played by the book, supported U.S. policies, pushed for reform through proper channels, just got dumped into the lowest tier like some rogue state. This is what happens when policy becomes performance. Trump's trade war isn't targeted. It's reckless. It's not strength. It's scorched earth economics. And the PM isn't being dramatic when he brings up the 1930s and World War II. He's connecting the dots. Unchecked protectionism leads to retaliation, escalation, and yes, historically, even war. This isn't politics, it's a warning, and it's real.
Global institutions are getting weaker. International norms are eroding. More and more countries will act based on narrow self-interest and use force or pressure to get their way. This is the harsh reality of our world today. We will stay vigilant. We will build up our capabilities. We will strengthen our network of partnerships with like-minded countries. We are more ready than many other countries with our reserves, our cohesion, and our resolve. But we must brace ourselves for more shocks to come. The global calm and stability we once knew will not return anytime soon. We cannot expect that the rules which protected small states will still hold. I'm sharing this with you so that we can all be mentally prepared, so that we will not be caught off guard. Let us not be lulled into complacency. The risks are real and the stakes are high. The road ahead will be harder. But if we stay resolute and united, Singapore will continue to hold its own in this troubled world.
That line says it all. The gloves are off, the safety nets are gone. We're entering a world where power trumps principle. Literally, the U.S. isn't just rewriting trade rules, it's tearing them up. And for smaller nations, that means one thing: adapt or get crushed. The Singapore PM delivers this message like a seasoned strategist, calm, clear, and brutally honest. Meanwhile, Trump's strategy looks more like chaos in a suit. So let's be clear, this isn't about economics anymore. It's about survival. And right now, the PM is playing chess, while Trump's flipping the board. So buckle up. The trade war isn't just coming. It's already here. And if this speech is any clue, the next global fight won't start with missiles. It'll start with tariffs. Stay sharp, stay awake, and don't fall for the flag waving while the system burns. I'll be watching it unfold. And trust me, we're just getting started. If you're tired of the sugar-coated takes and want the real story, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for raw, unfiltered commentary. We don't hold back, and neither should you.